Ladies, we carry the seed. We carry the seed. If we don't release our seed into you, you don't get pregnant. We carry life. You women don't carry life. We carry the life. This is why we laugh at y'all chicks. Yeah, we carry life. We're the creators of life. We are the creators of life.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen. So much money.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. Y'all already know I'm your host, Michael May, and today we're gonna get into this video right here, right? This right here. Women are leaving feminism because they don't get special treatment anymore. Fellas, we all know women that have adopted feminism, it was never about equality. It was simply about dominance. They were trying to use it to dominate, but because it stopped benefiting them, they're abandoning it. Now, y'all already know, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, to notifications. I love responding to this guy's videos. I just want to give him a quick shout out. Boom. Yeah, Ace Nate. This guy's pretty dope. Right here, I'm subscribed to him on my other channel. It's alright. On the Hear Me Out podcast. I want y'all guys to hear this. We're gonna break this down, right? Because a lot of you fellas are not prepared for what's to come. If you guys are following me on IG, y'all guys already know every morning I speak on things like this to keep you guys strong. I try to make it your coffee in the morning while you brushing your teeth. You know what I'm saying? I want you to sit down, put it on, and just hear me talk about some things that are happening, right? I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is gonna be crazy. And I always tell y'all, man, True Hall of Fames is a lifestyle. I want every single one of y'all to get y'all jacket at the end of your life. I want y'all guys to be proud of your life. And this is one way we're gonna help y'all.
Yes, we got a video here. Why modern feminism will die out. Millions of women regret being.
Hold up, let me raise the volume over here. I'm bugged out. Let's try that one more time, one more again.
What's up, guys? So I got a video here. Why modern feminism will die out. Millions of women regret being a feminist, from FBE Capital. Let's get into it.
Women are choosing not to identify as feminist. Why has the word become such an uncomfortable one?
Feminism is teaching young women this victimhood mentality and letting it define everything that they do.
I find that a lot of feminist ideology and thought today feels more of like a supremacist movement.
In my opinion, I feel like feminism has morphed into something that I hate, and it takes away everything that makes us feminine and beautiful.
It's all rooted in bitter woman, if I'm really being honest.
Hold up. If y'all guys didn't know that already, shame on y'all. Y'all already know. A lot of these feminists, I knew a chick, right, that I used to work with her in this hospital I used to work at, right, in Yonkers. She was this, I'm a feminist. 3 weeks later, find out that she's pregnant. She bows down to her man. I'm sitting here like, but hold on. What happened to pro women and women this, women that? I ain't gotta listen to no man. Fellas, women break rules for the guys that they want. That's what I'm gonna say to you guys. But I want you to understand this. A lot of these women, they're bitter. A lot of these women, they're bitter and they're broken. Feminism, they wanted to reign supreme. Or the Me Too movement. Oh, he did this. Y'all all seen the video I showed you guys where the lady was like, where the guy was like, so you're saying we should believe all women. So what happens to the women that are lying? Well, if a few innocent men gotta be taken down for the sake of the movement, then so be it. They don't care about equal rights. They wanted to take over and be dominant. That would never happen. That would never happen. And as you can see, it's not working for them. That's why I told you guys got to be careful. You guys are going to run into a lot of these women. Oh, I'm in my soft girl era. I want to be a housewife, mamita. I'm gonna go on a stretch and say 70% of women. I really want to say like 90, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna say 70% of women, they were not raised to be housewives. Most of these women can never be housewives. You want to know why? Cause it's too much. Fellas, hear me out. In order for a woman to be a wife, she should be showing you she has the abilities and the qualities of a wife. So when a chick says, I ain't cleaning his clothes, I ain't cooking for him, if he come home in the middle of the night and I'm sleeping, I'm not getting up to make no plate for him. See, I don't deal with those issues. That's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is these chicks, that's how they actually feel. They weren't raised to be wives, B. If I leave right now and I go to work and I come back 3 hours later, I ain't even gotta go to work. I can say, hey, I'm stepping out. When I'm stepping out, I come back. Once the keys hit the door, you good? You need anything? Nah, I'm fine. I'm like, go back to sleep. You need me to serve you? Nah, I'm good. I got it. You good? Have a good night. No problem, bye. I love you. See you in the morning. All right, have a good night. Simple.
It's not coming from a happy place.
Nope.
Being a modern working woman actually made me angry and resentful to men and to my family and to my husband.
The only men that feminists like.
Why?
Right.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess, yeah, if she's talking about the men in her life,
right,
then yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. But I thought
right, because feminism makes women angry at men, bitter towards men. I can't stand men. I hate men. All men are this. All men are that. They're all evil and they're all... Why? Why? That's crazy. That's crazy.
simply because she was working, she doesn't like men anymore. But yeah,
but that's another thing. Feminism said, go out there and work, girl. You don't need no man. Go out there and get that job. So they tricked women. I've always said it. They tricked women out of their power. And now that women are so far gone, it's hard for them to get it back. It's tough.
I mean, feminism is quite anti-male, definitely.
Like are men dressing as women.
Day 61 of being a girl.
Really reversing what the other waves of feminism fought to do.
A biological male has been named Woman of the Year.
Only in 2023 feminism would a man win an award for International Women's Day.
Hold up. Isn't this funny, guys? So y'all guys don't... Is it just me? Am I the only one that finds this funny? They voted for this. Oh, if a man thinks that he's a woman, he's a woman. You can't tell somebody what they think. And then it's like me. It doesn't work, but I identify as a billionaire. So when I go to the bank, I need you to give me my billions. It doesn't work the same way, right? But when it comes to the LGBTQ community, or if a man thinks that he's a woman, or a woman thinks that she's a man, it's okay. Or I identify as a white man, so when I go into the bank, my credit score should be different. Like, do y'all not see this, the stupidity? But who fought for this? Women. But now women are complaining, how a biological male wins Woman of the Year? Y'all did this to yourself. And this is what I always say, fellas. I always say this. You want to know why we don't care nothing about all this bull crap that they talking about? Because men, we don't follow the rules. Oh, that's the rules you guys put in place. Okay, cool. Keep them rules over here. We're gonna come over here and do our own thing. And then what happens is this: wherever the men go, the money goes. Wherever the money goes, what goes? The woman. Right. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
A biological male is making tens of thousands of dollars being the face of womanhood.
As amazing as Billie Jean King, Megan Rapinoe, these are feminists who fought for women's rights. But now both of these women, they're actively working to undermine everything they once fought for.
A biological...
Isn't that funny? They fought for this. But you know what happened? Yeah, I remember the guy who identified as a woman, and he went into the weightlifting competition and he broke every single record. He did it on purpose. He broke every single record, deadlift, squats. He broke every single woman's record. You can't tell him that he didn't win it because he identifies as a woman. So now that it's harming women and not helping their agenda, now they want to flee from it. It don't work like that.
Biological male took home the award for Best Actress at the Golden Globes. Are we really still trying to make the case that feminism supports women?
So I started to see...
Oof. And y'all all know this lady here. Y'all all know this lady. She was one of the top feminists in the world. She's the one that made the movie about the men's rights. That they banned it from every movie theater in the US could not show her movie. But she gave it out for free. She said, hell with it. I'm going to give it out. She ended up making more money than the movie ever would have made. Because now they bring her on shows. They pay her to do interviews, this and that. She came and said she was a super pro-feminist. To the point that even her and her husband was having issues. She said after she was done with that documentary, she said literally 6 months later, she came home to her husband. And she said, I'm sorry. She said, I apologized to my husband because I didn't know that I was diminishing him when in fact he's almighty, he's powerful. God told the woman that we are supposed to be the God in her life, in the physical form. She's supposed to look at us like we're God. Not that we are God, but she's supposed to look at us and be like, I have to treat this man. God told us I got to treat, and she's a Christian. She's like, ever since then, I put the head of Christ on my husband. When I look at my husband, I'm looking at God. I'm like, one thing I will say is this. My wife talks to me with the utmost respect. Any woman I'm dealing with, they speak to me with the utmost respect. No matter what. If I get out of line, I get out of character, she's going to stay in character. And later on, she's going to give me time. If I'm really wrong, I'll come and I'll apologize. But if I'm not, I'm going to stand my ground. You better believe that.
See all these lies and these myths as actually being abusive to women and girls.
Yeah, I am pissed that this nuanced fourth wave of feminism has said that men can be women.
Well, you can't have a fourth wave and third wave feminism without...
And that's the thing. They hijacked the word. See, hear me out, fellas. Women don't want equality. What women want is the equal outcome. They want the same outcome as men. But they're not men. Same way how we don't get the same outcome as a woman because we're not women. But let's keep ready. When you go to the club, it pisses you off that all the hot chicks get in for free. But then you see all them chicks walk in, they be like, all right, y'all, the door entry fee is $100. What? The bottles in here is $500 a bottle. And you like, bro. But they got in for free. They get on the yachts for free. You have to own the yacht. Or know somebody that has the yacht.
So can you really ever get just, you know, what these people think is, oh, we want the original feminism back.
Right.
We don't want this fourth
Right.
wave stuff. We want the original one. It's like, I don't know that you can have that. I think when it comes to all feminism, it eventually will succumb to.
I told you guys, equality is dangerous for women. Because you want to know what? The first wave of feminism, you know what it is equality. If she slaps you, you can slap her back. That's real equality. Hey, why did you hit her? She slapped me, so I slapped her. And that's it. That's it. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You understand what I'm saying? That's real equality. That's real equality. Hey, the men are out there slaving themselves doing construction. Make it a 50-50 job. Make sure that those women are doing just the same hard. Don't make them flagsmen holding the pole. No. I want to see them down there shoveling the gravel and raking it down and keep it nice and smooth. I want to see all of them out there doing that. See, they want the equal outcome as far as the money, as far as the success. They want the same, but they don't want to do the same work. They don't want to do the same job. It is what it is. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
What it is nowadays. I don't, you know what I mean? It's like the whole wave thing. The whole fourth wave is cool. You hear this all the time from trad cons and whatnot. And I simply think it's annoying.
I'll give you an example of hijacking, right? Besides them hijacking that. How now I told you guys they were going to put that P. They were going to put that P at the end of LGBTQ P. They're going to put that P there. Why? Because the LGBTQ, whatever, all the letters, that movement has already been hijacked. Now they're going to throw everything under there. Everything. Pansexual, trans, asexual, asexual, discretional sexual, identity sexual, whatever nonsense, they're gonna throw it under the umbrella and they're gonna have to take it.
It was all a lie.
Ready? I'll give you a great example. Ready? Even look at us. Some of us in the 2K community, in the gaming community. Oh, I dropped you off. If I scored 30 points and you got 5, but my team loses, you didn't drop me off. I dropped you off. You got the win. See, it was hijacked. See, when somebody drops you off, they don't understand. People are making up. They want to hijack these words and change them into whatever they want them to be. And that's not how life works. But let's keep going.
Being a modern working woman actually made me angry, lonely, and miserable.
Yep.
These car hacks are going to make your life way easier. If you need to increase the range of your
That's a
car's
fact.
key fob, place it under.
All these chicks that are working, they tired.
We're finally starting to see the cracks forming in the fragile armor of feminism, which for decades has claimed that it's not a man-hating ideology, and that it's simply about wanting equality between the
But
sexes.
it is a man-hating.
Women's rights is something that is so far behind human rights.
It's about women being able to make the same choices for themselves that men have always been able to make.
Yeah, it's not. Because when you ask the average woman what she thinks about feminism, she doesn't only agree that feminism has spiraled out of control.
Feminism has gone too far. Yes, I'm so old, I definitely think that. Yeah. Why? Well, it's excessive, completely excessive.
But a lot of women actually go one step further, and they claim that it's now doing more harm than good.
This movement claims to be fighting for equality, but in reality, it's actually hurting women.
And actually, I think it's doing more.
And here's the thing. You have actual women saying this. Why? Because even the beautiful women try to jump on the boat of feminism, thinking that they were going to reap all the rewards. That's why I told you guys. This is why they say more than half of the women by 2030 are going to be single and or childless. Men are leaving these chicks in the West alone. These guys are leaving to other countries and dealing with other women. I'm telling you. Listen, you have pretty beautiful women, decent women, looking women. Like, yo, they lied to us. What more do you want?
More harm than good.
Modern day feminism.
Well, here's my take on it. A lot of these women, they still want to be treated like women, and I understand that. Of course they do. They are in fact women. They want to
Right.
be treated like women, and that typically means sort of coddling them, giving
Yep.
them a softer life, making things easier for them, prioritizing them over male life in certain circumstances. I think a lot of these women are using the scapegoat that feminism is just it's anti-male, it's supporting men and women's sports. I think what they really miss and what they really want, and it's understandable, I'm not shaming or hating on them, but they want to be treated like women again.
Yep.
Because they never really let go of that want, did they? This is why when you get feminism, what is it, Schrodinger's feminism? I always butcher.
This is true. This is absolutely true. Fellas, I want you to understand. Women thought, like even her. So for these women who are speaking up, that means that they fell for this trend. They fell for it. So what happens is they realize that now that they're older, they're lonely, they're miserable. And now, fellas, I want you to understand, there is a such thing as a woman's relationship skills can atrophy, meaning they lose it. They lose the ability. Fellas, hear me out. I'm gonna give you an example. If a chick has been with more than, I'm gonna say more than 6, she's already heading down a slippery slope. But if a chick been with like 15, 14, 20, I think anything over like 10, fellas, she has built a certain appetite that by her closing down being with one man, it's impossible for her to do. Because now she's going to be fighting what she's used to and accustomed to. Hear me out. The other day, I laughed. This shit was hilarious to me. This chick posted on IG that, a chick that I was reaching out to, she's like, I'm about to erase all my social media and just be a happy wife. She can't. If she really asked me, she can't. She can't. You want to know why? Because she's so accustomed to throwing away all of her free time to going out and having fun, traveling and doing all this nonsense, that what these women don't understand is being a wife is structure. That means that while he out there getting it, you're going to keep your ass home. That means that you're going to go right to work and bring your ass right back home. See, women are not built for that. These chicks today, oh, you ain't gonna tell me what to do? No, I ain't doing that. Fellas, I want you to understand that this is the reason why we tell you guys, deal with the women with the lower body count. A lot of these women, they bought into it and they understand. They get it. And you know what it is? Now they want to be treated like women. Fellas, but you tried that. This is why I always tell you guys, grow some balls. And when you're dealing with women, especially, fellas, hear me out. I ain't gonna cap. If I meet a woman and she's 30, 32, and she already has kids, she pretty much already disqualifies herself. You're pretty much, if I choose to take care of you, you're gonna be playing on my terms. You're gonna have to understand that. This is going to be my way or the highway, and I'm going to make sure that you understand that every step of the way. Why? Because the ball is in my court. The ball is in my court.
They pick and choose when they're victims and when they're empowered. They pick and choose when they want to be treated like women and when they want to be treated.
And you know what it is too, fellas? I get y'all messages sometimes on my IG DMs. Yo, fella, my guy, you don't think you kind of harsh? The problem is this. Some of y'all guys haven't been around enough strong men. See, some of y'all will say I'm harsh, I'm too hard, because y'all haven't been around men. Y'all haven't been raised around strong men. Y'all been raised around women, single moms. You know what I'm saying? I'm fortunate that I've only out of my whole entire life, I only had one female cousin, and she was the youngest out of the whole family. Everybody else was men. Surrounded by strong figures. Some of them ended up in the street. Some of them ended up going off, being successful, different businesses. All my friends, strong men figures. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat and play no games. Nah, y'all went and messed up y'all life and y'all want me to come and clean it up. Well, guess what is we're gonna do? I'm cleaning this up, we're doing this on my terms. Simple.
Did like men. And so when it comes to feminism, they never really released that want of being treated like women.
Right.
And yet they go around saying that they want equality amongst the sexes, but then they also want to be treated not equal.
Right.
And then a lot of times if you treat them equal inside of a relationship, you will in fact, in many ways, be punished for that. They're probably going to...
Fellas, I want you to understand, another thing is this. Stop letting your lady say that y'all guys are partners. Y'all not partners, man. Y'all not partners. Y'all not partners. I'm the leader of my relationship. I am not partners with my wife. We're not partners. We're not partners. There's always somebody who's ahead. That's me. Simple. We're not partners. Y'all guys gotta stop. We're partners in this. No, you're not. No, we're not partners. Because if this whole thing falls apart, it's all going to land on my shoulders. So we're not partners. Because you're not going to 50-50 the responsibility of this relationship. So I want you to have a whole seat. Go sit all the way back and have a seat. Straight up.
Leave your ass for a man and who treats them like a woman. This is why. In my opinion, a little bit of... I got to be careful saying this. Do I, though? A little bit of playful, like, chauvinism sometimes creates that polarity amongst men and women, and a lot of times I personally have found women enjoy that because they like a man who knows he's a man, and they like a man who treats her like a woman,
right?
And they know they aren't equal. They know there's a difference,
right?
And will assume that role of like masculinity. So
I'm gonna give an example. I'm going to say shout out to Kevin Samuels. I'm going to say shout out to Coach Greg. I'm going to say shout out to Fresh and Fit. I'm going to say shout out. Who else did I hear say this? I heard a few guys. Rolla Tomasi. Shout out to Tom Lykin. I've heard there's another older guy named Randolph. Randolph, older dude. Hit me out. I'm speaking to my brothers. My brothers on the black side. Hear me out. I've done plenty of videos on this. When you hear women like Kendra G and all these chicks like, oh yeah, black guys are heavily desired. They heavily sorted after. You know what y'all guys never pay attention to? Same way how, remember that last video I did where the white girl, I said, this girl is not thick, this is fat. She is one slice of pizza away from being completely obese. Y'all remember that? Okay, in that video I told you, you want to know why all these other women want to be with black men? Because you guys will deal with anything. When these white chicks run over there to the black guys, it's because the black guys will deal with a chick, 5 kids, 6 kids. Y'all guys think that it's a come up, but these chicks in their culture, they wouldn't even touch her. But you guys would be like, oh, she's thick. And I'm like, nah, she's not thick. So Kevin Samuels even told you guys, stop sitting here letting your girl go outside just however y'all want and say, I'm secure. It ain't got nothing to do with secure. It ain't got nothing to do with secure. Every time you let your lady go out there and disrespect them just however she wants, it has nothing to do with security. It has nothing to do with security. In fact, she's putting you in danger. Y'all don't want to hear that though. Let me guess. Y'all guys missed that. Y'all missed that episode of KS saying that, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, but that... So y'all guys got to stop trying to lean on, I'm secure. She can wear whatever she wants. But she's out there disrespecting. You want to know why? Because a lot, I'm not saying all, A lot of you guys will deal with that. A lot of you, look at all the content creators that are coming out right now. The black guys who are like, she has 5 kids, she's a queen, go wife her up. All them niggas is simps. Why? Because you guys will deal with anything. For y'all, it's the come up. But us, we like, go ahead. By all means. Of course you're going to be sorted after. That guys don't understand. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. This is why they say no one's going to clean up nobody else's mess. Ready? That's why when y'all guys see me the other day on IG where that black man, smart man of him, he said he ain't dealing with no broke chick. The chick has to at least be making $300,000. She can't come with no kids. He has standards. You want to know why? Because most black men don't have standards. Like I said, a lot of you guys look at these Spanish women and be like, damn, she thick. But we're looking at y'all like, oh yeah, go get that. But we wouldn't touch her. We would just smash her, and you can go take care of her and wife her. But she's literally one slice of Emilio's pizza, frozen pizza, away from a whole heart attack. Go ahead, go deal with that. That guys don't want to hear the truth though. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
I do think they're using sort of a scapegoat here. And ultimately, the real thing that they want is they would like to be treated like women again, ultimately.
Is a pill that you take from the pharmacy.
And I don't knock them for it, all right?
That causes an array of 100 different negative side effects that you choose to ignore.
So clearly, modern feminism is having a massive problem when it can't even convince women to join the movement. But that is just a start, since the problems for modern feminism are about to get a lot worse.
Yep.
And it's like, with the whole feminism thing, they never really, it's like, again, it goes back to the privileges thing. Like, they want to vote, but they don't want to be required to be in the selective service.
I bet you some of you guys didn't know that. Anytime you dating a chick, ask her, hey, are you a voter? Yeah, I'm a voter. Oh, wow, that's so dope. That's so dope. So you volunteer for the selective service. Man, I'm so proud of you. You're such a woman. What do you mean? Fellas, most women don't even know. The minute they become a voter, they automatically can be drafted to selective service. If the whole country goes to war because she's a voter, oh yeah, you're gonna go, mamita. You're gonna go. You're gonna go. That's why last year's video, I showed y'all guys the video where what were all these chicks doing that was almost gonna get drafted? Even the chicks that were already in the service, what were they doing? Getting pregnant on purpose. So that way they can't go. Come on, y'all. I'm telling y'all, these chicks, they know what they doing. Y'all fellas are falling in love. These chicks are falling in business.
Like that's the most fundamental thing, really, isn't it? It's like, well, there you go. That's the difference there. Why did we never push for that? Why didn't women really ever push for that hard? Mm-hmm. It's just we've created an environment where they really can assume equality. It's funny. It's like they don't. This is why a lot of times I see these rallies. I'm like, what are you guys fighting for? You have all the rights that we do.
Right.
You have all the privileges, and you have privileges that men don't have. You have more going for you.
Right.
Than men do. What could you possibly be advocating for here? What's the goal? What's the purpose? You've
Dominance.
got more. You've
Supremacy.
done it. You've accomplished it. It's over.
Nope.
Stop it.
The future isn't female anymore. Young people especially were turning against the movement.
So why is feminism dying, and why are so many women rejecting?
So that means Beyonce gotta go and erase all those songs. The future is women, and who runs the world, girls. See, they were trying to sell all these chicks. Beyonce gotta go back and undo all that. Cause these chicks ain't falling for it no more. It's over. They done with that. Now you fellas gotta be smart. And not just settle for any of these chicks that come back to you. Oh, hey, how you doing? Remember, KS always said, hey, big head. Now, get ready for a lot of y'all guys. A lot of these girls that ruined their life, they're gonna come back looking for you. And they're expecting you to save them. We're not saving them.
rejecting it, especially since we know that women aren't exactly becoming conservative, traditional wives.
Spit in my mouth.
Spit in your mouth? You a super freak?
Maybe.
Yeah, totally wifey material. Please drop a like on the video if you think that modern feminism is making women undateable, and comment down below what you think.
Right.
In fact, according to recent studies, younger women are
if a chick does all that dancing on camera just trying to get male attention, fellas, throw the whole chick in the garbage.
becoming increasingly more liberal.
Wow, look at that in South Korea, the discrepancy, the difference. That is wild. Holy moly, the men are just becoming radically conservative. They are tired of it. They're over.
Yep.
Look at that.
While younger men are becoming more...
Why do you think, ready? When they say, get you a Korean woman, get you an Asian woman, you want to know why? Because there's going to be so many of them that are going to fool you guys. You a black guy. Oh, they loving me over here. They only fooling you. They only fooling you. You're the stupid one. You're the dumb one. You're the dumb one. Now me, I'll be like, look, I bet I'll take care of you, ma. You was in the bond. Shout out to Coach Greg. You was in the bond. I'll take care of you, ma. I want you to understand. You're gonna be number 3 though. Facts. Facts. If I was y'all, I'm not saying me. I'm saying if I was y'all.
Conservative. Now, feminists see this as a major win. However, I like to argue that this is exactly the reason why feminism will die.
Yeah.
Since, ironically, feminists don't seem to get that in order for a women's movement to actually exist and thrive, you need one crucial element, which is women, as in a constant supply of new women. So that means that you need to start making a lot of babies, and that is exactly what this new generation of feminists is heavily against.
I think it's not a need for women anymore. We don't need to have children. We find that our own happiness is more important.
Look at her. Look at her. 22. She should have a child in her already. A man already taking care of her. She home. You know what I'm saying? Right now she should already had a child. You know what I'm saying? Now by the time she's 30, that guy's open up a little bit. I tell you guys, once a child goes to school, or you're gonna do what I do, which is homeschool your child. This, oh my gosh, this was a fantastic thing. XYZ. Look, you mean to tell me that she can't find a man at 22? Stop it. It's because people already know that she was a feminist. That's the problem.
Important. Our own mental health is more important.
Yeah, you know, and then you'll ask them, like, what makes women so special? And they'll look at you like, how rude of you to ask that question. It's because we can birth children, you ignoramus. And then they don't even do.
And then women think like, I carry a child. Okay. I'm carrying children in this body. Ladies, we carry the seed. We carry the seed. If we don't release our seed into you, you don't get pregnant. We carry life. You women don't carry life. We carry the life. This is why we laugh at y'all chicks. Yeah, we carry life. We're the creators of life. We are the creators of life. We are the creators of life. You see how they got it backwards? Men, we're the ones that got the genes, the generations. We got it. If I sleep with 5 different chicks, I'm giving them all life. Chicks be so dumb, bro.
Do it. They're rejecting it. They think it's oppressive. We're not baby factories to you men anymore. And then on the other hand, they'll say.
And you want to know why women are dealing with mental health issues, fellas? It's because they're fighting their natural nature to want to reproduce, want to be with the finest man, the nicest man, the provider man. They're fighting it. Society tells them, go out there and get that job, girl. Go out there and get that promotion. You'll have a kid later on when you're 30, 40.
We're so special because we birth children. Duh. So
yeah,
it's just funny, and it does.
Because you birthed a child.
Picking and choosing, bouncing back and forth. It's a very silly movement ultimately.
obviously, this presents a very practical and real problem for feminists, since we are already seeing woke liberal women complaining that men do not want to date them. And even if they do find a man, those same women do not want to have kids. So yeah, solid plan, feminist. You are literally being bred out of existence.
Yep.
Since this basically means that the only people who will be making babies in the future are conservatives or more traditional men and women. And so if you want to find yourself a beautiful traditional woman, then I suggest that you do not age like a feminist.
Now mind you, isn't it funny? That was the girl in the beginning video, right? Isn't it funny? Look.
And so if you want to find yourself a beautiful traditional woman, then I suggest...
This was the woman in the beginning of the video. And this is her now. When I always tell you fellas, when they're young and they're hot, see, this is the time when she's supposed to be like, God gave me this beauty. This is when I'm supposed to find that man. Why? So by the time you get here, I'm always like, I'm so grateful. I got my wife when she was young and she's hot. You understand what I'm saying? There is a 10-year gap. I will always remember her as young and hot. Always, no matter what. I don't care. I could already see it. And then I see her family, they all carry really good genes. She's gonna be hot for a while. It is what it is. She's gonna be beautiful for a while. And then right now, me and her both are dedicated to getting back on our fitness. She's gonna be a problem in a minute. She's gonna be a whole beast, a whole problem. But when a chick is like this, is when she should be looking for that man. Not when she gets here. That's the biggest problem.
Suggest that you do not age like a feminist. Now this trend of showing off how extremely happy you are as an older, child-free,
the fake happiness
is already making a lot of women who bought into this very miserable.
Yep.
As I already showed in my previous video, the age of desperation.
Mind you, look, we are in an age of desperation. I want you guys to understand, and I told you guys, don't take advantage of it. Don't take advantage that we know as men, women are about to suffer tremendously. Don't be assholes neither. You understand? I always tell you guys, you hollered at a chick, oh, she didn't like you then and she sees you now? Listen, fellas, if she said no, make sure the no is forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. Make sure it's no for the rest of your... Don't even give her the opportunity, my boy. Trust me. And look, this lady ain't too bad looking, but it's all of the women, especially the most beautiful women, they screwed. They screwed.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't end well.
It doesn't.
I could have married a lot of the people that I've dated.
Anyways, all of this begs the question, why would feminists steer women towards this path of misery if it doesn't lead to happiness at all, and if it's not even serving women's own interests?
Because of more people to tax. Now you have both people out there in the workforce. It's a money thing.
Well, that all comes down to a dirty little secret, which is that equality between men and women was never really the main goal of feminism. But it was simply a byproduct of wanting to free women from the so-called slavery bonds of the family unit. Now mind you, this is not some radical opinion from a man who criticizes feminism, it is the actual fundamental belief from the grandmother of feminism, Simone de Beauvoir.
Comme par-dessus le marché, je n'avais pas voulu ni me marier, ni avoir d'enfants, que j'avais donc pas amené une vie d'intérieur, ce qui est la chose la plus écrasante dans la condition féminine, j'avais échappé aux servitudes de la condition féminine.
Not only did she write the feminist Bible called The Second Sex, but she actually spent a lot of time stressing the fact that women need to be freed from men and the bonds of slavish servitude of homemaking and raising a family. Now yes, I agree that in 1949's France, when she wrote her book, that yes, homemaking and raising kids back then wasn't exactly a fun time, since Big Daddy H just threw the worst party in European history. However, when we look at motherhood and homemaking in 2024, being a stay-at-home mom is a totally different world, and raising a kid with the help of modern technology is a hell of a lot easier.
But they sold women on the fact that you're gonna be in the backyard raking a man's t-shirts on the fucking tree log. Like, come on, like, you're gonna be out here rubbing it down the tree bark. Stop. That's what they sold women on, not on the actual fact of what's actually happening in modern society. But men have turned their back on women because women bought into this and men don't care anymore. This is a problem.
So when you keep bringing up these ancient and really just archaic feminist fundamentals to women who live in the 21st century and are educated, have bank accounts, and are able to spend time on their hobbies while raising a family, then it just doesn't align with reality, and there's no point to modern feminism.
The solutions that modern feminism proposes don't have much to say to the crises that a lot of young women feel like they're facing.
I just don't, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really see the purpose in modern day feminism right now. It doesn't really seem to be achieving anything or progressing in any way.
Nowadays, I feel like feminism has become this women versus men debacle.
However, with the massive rise of parents who are homeschooling or pulling their kids out of ridiculous woke schools, it's going to be quite difficult for feminists to indoctrinate children that they don't have access to. And secondly is the fact that many women are already living very liberated lives where they're able to do exactly what they want and that they're not feeling oppressed at all.
This word patriarchy, it does.
But you heard what he just said? There are so many women who feel like I'm free and I could do whatever I want. But that's going to come around and it's going to end soon. That's why we tell you guys, women get their value from birth. Let's be realistic. Let's just say 16. When a woman starts being intimate with dudes at 16, but we know it's really around 14, 13 years old. Some of these little chicks be hot as hell, like little hot asses trying to be out there dancing and secret hide and go seeking and spin the bottle and truth and dare. We know all this bull. We know all the bull that happens, bruh. We been there. So what I'm telling you is, a lot of these chicks in the beginning it's cool, but as you turn 35, 40 as a man, life starts for you while it ends for them. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
Does not make any sense to me. Women are not oppressed in America.
For these women, the classic feminist propaganda is completely useless, especially when those women also want to have a family. So these two forces are already more than enough to slowly drain the life out of modern feminism. But ironically, it's again feminists themselves who are accelerating this process by injecting 100 different topics.
Let's keep it a rack. Let's keep it a rack.
Also want to have a family. So these two forces are already more than enough to slowly drain the.
How many? I'ma say 8 out of 10 of you guys will be like, damn, this girl's a little cutie right here. She ain't super hideous. Yeah, I would bag her. I would bag her. Look at her. Look at her.
It's again feminists themselves.
Even her. She ain't the worst looking chicks, but these be the chicks that be super pro-feminist, man.
This process by injecting
she ain't a bad looking woman
and causes into feminism, thereby generating new forms of feminism every 5 seconds, basically creating feminism diarrhea.
What is TERF feminism? You're a Eurocentric feminist. Trend-based feminism, pretty privileged feminism, liberal feminism.
So with the injection of the LGBTQ agenda, and more specifically, the trans agenda.
And fellas, I want you to understand, you see hairstyles like this? This is why we tell you guys, you gotta, fellas, you can see the signs. You see this? See hairstyles like this, cutting the sides off, letting this. See the red lipstick, fellas? You got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to be able to read the floor.
And you have basically alienated every single woman who wants to have female spaces and wants to keep biological adult men away from teenage girls.
I mean, you can try and destroy women's rights. You can try and destroy women's spaces. You can try and insist that men are women, but tomorrow morning men will still wake up men.
It is absolutely insane that in this day and age you have to argue with women that it's not safe for women to have a grown-ass man play rugby against girls. Or even worse, argue with them that a 50-year-old man should not be swimming against teenage girls.
It's all about just how progressive can we get. Just how crazy can we take this to where everybody can just do whatever they want and nothing means nothing anymore, and let's support it. Ultimately, like that's really what it comes down to, is like, how progressive can we get? Just how crazy, just how far, just how left can we go with this? I mean, look at what's in front of us here. 50-year-old trans swimmers shared locker room while competing against teens. The girls were terrified. And feminists will see this and say, hell yeah. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And in a way, I think they like the chaos. I think they like the lack of like set in stone meanings and truths and definitions. And I think they like the ambiguity of everything and the blurred lines and the, well, it's up to feelings. It's how we feel. I don't think they.
And this is the part that's going to be very dangerous for women. So I don't think women understand all this hurts women significantly.
Like rules and regulations and sort of foundations and certainties. Do you see what I'm saying? That to me, it appears they enjoy very much the just leave it up to feelings and just let me do whatever the hell I want to do. And why? And it goes back to like with the crime thing going on and the immigration, and they're like,
yeah, like whatever.
These people feel like they want to come in, let them come in. These people feel like they want to shoplift, let them shoplift. And it just to me seems they kind of enjoy the lack of regulation.
Just remember, y'all, I already told y'all fellas, Myron always says something from Fresh and Fit. I want to say shout out to him. Some of y'all already know I used to be fit. I'm getting back to it, but hear me out. Some of you guys should be working on being strong, and strong. Why? I'm telling y'all, Book of Eli, go watch the movie. Y'all gonna see soon we're gonna be policing ourselves. The neighborhoods are gonna police themselves. The gangs are gonna be running certain communities. You're gonna see. It's not a game, y'all. This is not funny. It's not funny.
And anything contrary to that to them feels like oppression.
Yep.
And so they're just thinking, fuck it. Let's just make nothing mean nothing. Let's let people do whatever they want. Why do you care? If it doesn't affect you, how does this person identifying as this affect you? Why do you care? Just let them be if it makes them happy. Well, New York Post article right here. This is how things start getting crazy. This idea where it's
that
like,
was
just let
literally
people
months
do
ago.
what they want to do. Why do you care? I mean, my goodness, it doesn't take a genius to realize.
I mean, feminists have all this talk about destroying patriarchy to protect women and girls from this made-up danger, but when it comes to actual danger, they are completely blind and silent to the very real destruction that the trans agenda is doing to women's spaces, women's sports, and the very definition of what a woman is. So how the hell are you going to have a movement that is pro-women if you don't even agree on what a woman is? And more importantly, how are you going to fight for women's issues when part of your movement wants to completely eliminate all references to the word woman?
Ain't that crazy? I just said this on my... Watch. I'll play it for you guys, so you guys can hear it for yourself. Yo, so it's so crazy. I just got back from having a nice, lovely walk. You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm trying to get into that walking now again. Me, the baby, the wife, we all just took off our little walks, right? Just to keep moving, you know what I'm saying? But ladies, hear me out. Tell me if this makes sense. How do you expect to find a good man, but you don't know what a good man looks like? You have women trying to tell you a real man would do X, Y. A real man would do X, Y, Z. A real man would do X, Y, Z. A real man would do yada, yada, yada. How? How are you allowing a woman to tell you what a real man is when we live in a country where when you ask, what is a real woman? They can't even define it. How? See what I'm saying? Yeah, see what I'm saying? So I already be addressing these issues on my Instagram. I'm like, how we live in a world where we tell women they are whatever they decide to be. But a man, no. A man is supposed to provide. He's supposed to protect. He's supposed to die for his woman. So what does a woman do? A woman does whatever she wants, whatever she identifies as, whatever she feels in her heart. That's what she does. That's some bullshit. But let's keep rocking.
And womanhood.
Because I've noticed...
And only you weak dudes. Yeah, it's whatever. Happy wife, happy life. Man, I wish.
The last few years, we seem to be losing the word woman. So we might be called cervix havers or menstruators.
That would be like a men's right movement going around shouting, let's cut off her dick. No thank you, I'm definitely not supporting that. And so as you start to peel off each layer of modern feminism that is below the supposed definition of just wanting equality, then you start to see the multitude of reasons why a lot of women are seriously pissed off at the movement and want nothing to do with it.
Hold up.
Thank goodness that so many of us are waking up to the fact that modern day feminism is a literal scam.
Do y'all see this woman? Some of you guys will jump after this woman. She ain't a bad looking woman, but I guarantee you she's in her 30s. She waited too long.
Meant to disconnect and separate and isolate women from one another.
You know, that's great that she says that, but I would bet she still has feminist beliefs.
Yep.
She'll probably still act like a feminism.
Yep.
Or like a feminist. They say this, but again, what do we know about women and what they say they do or they think or they want?
It's not really what they actually what they respond to.
And it's safe to say that is.
That's like, fellas, hear me out. Women be like, be nice to us, talk to us nicely. And fellas, I did all that. I see a chick now, I'm like, you look like fun. What you mean? Stop playing with me, man. You heard what I said, like what kind of fun? See, now she's already intrigued. See, fellas, but you gotta be very careful because you have to understand what women tend to say that they want, that's not what they respond to. That is not what they respond to. But fellas, we're gonna leave it right here, man. I want y'all guys to understand, man. Women are starting to catch on, and now they're gonna start looking for you guys. For you. And that's you. I'm gonna do a video on the and that's you girl too. And that's you. And it'll all make sense. You already know what time it is, man. Thank you for being here to Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. I'm your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications. Y'all already know. Until next time, we out.